I'm Robert Scoble, and you're at the Rackspace booth here at TechCrunch Disrupt 2014. We're doing lots of interesting interviews. And here we have one of the winners of yesterday's hackathon that was here at TechCrunch. So who are you?
I'm Zach, Robert.
Yeah.
It's nice to be here. I'm having a lot of fun here.
Yeah.
Thanks for inviting me. Yeah.
So tell me about this hackathon that happened yesterday.
Yes. So it was, I think, 150 teams, and everybody's trying to make the best hack. And I thought that my hack was the best. Apparently I did get a couple awards, so that was good. But I'm here to show it to you. It's called Foofare. It's a flight event mashup. And the premise is this, Robert. So when I go on vacation, I don't go on vacation to go to the city, right? I go on vacation for the experience.
Yep.
Different
like
events.
Vegas. Are you going to take me to Vegas?
Well, all right. So Vegas is an exception. That's you know. Yeah. No, but I look for different. I look for different events.
Yeah.
All right, we're good.
Can you hear me? We're good?
All right,
okay.
So
there's a lot of noise here in the,
I thought it was good.
auditorium here. Hopefully that it gets turned down a little bit.
All right, yeah, so the flight looks for different events. So if I'm looking for somewhere to go, it'll tell me the lowest cost city with the best events that I like.
Yeah, so tell me about the hack then. How did that happen when you put SFO to Vegas on November 1st through November 10th? And you tell, well, show it to us.
Yeah, okay,
so like.
I'll tell you what's going on in the back end here.
Yeah,
I'm using the Sabre API, and it's finding the cheapest flights from a certain city over a certain date. And then I'm using a couple event APIs, Eventful and Eventbrite, and it's finding different events during the dates that I'd potentially be going to the city. So I'm not a big Denver person, but here I'm looking at this event. So it looks like Lil Jon is presenting here, Coheed and Cambria, and Seth Meyers is doing a little a comedy show there on Sunday. So I can basically create an itinerary of events based on the location I want to go to. But Denver may not be the best location. Maybe for a little bit more money, I want to go to Phoenix to check out different events here and see the Arizona Diamondbacks play the San Diego Padres.
So one of the rules of a hackathon is you had to create this all in what, 24 hours?
All in 24 hours.
Wow.
And yeah, I just woke up from my recovered sleep. I was definitely delirious at the end of the hackathon, but I did it in 24 hours. And this is the
What's the hardest thing in here to create? To figure out, maybe.
To figure out, I would say so what I had to do is I had to blend the different APIs together. So I had to create a database in between everything. And I had to take the different flights and match them up to geo coordinates and get the latitude, longitude, and throw them back into event engines. So I had to do a lot of, it was a
lot of data munching.
It was a lot of data munching in there behind the scenes, but it's a lot of fun, and I'm going to see what.
That sounds like you're on your way to be a data scientist.
Well, hopefully not.
Which means you'll get a raise.
Yeah. we'll see. No, I'm happy being a bootstrap tech entrepreneur here. Just coming up with crazy ideas like this.
I mean, at a hackathon, whenever I go, it seems like mostly it's about networking, maybe trying out an idea, trying to build some friendships with people who are, programmers or marketers or that kind of thing. Do you think this will ever be a company, or is that where you're heading with this?
I want to spin it off in a company. I think I'm going to work a little bit more on this. It's a little bit unstable right now. You get anybody to watch, and they can check out at foofare.com. Hopefully the live beta will be stable if you go on there. But yeah, I'd love to turn it into a company. I've already been getting people coming up to me saying, hey, I'd love to help you out on the way, and here's some suggestions that you should target the business market, you should target this. There's a lot of ways to spin this. I could integrate hotels into this and get a hotel commission, all sorts of different ways. So yeah, I'd definitely love to do that. I wasn't sure initially, but when everybody came up to me and they're like, hey, this is a great idea, I could use something like this, I think that it's definitely a smart move.
Tell me about the technology underneath. I understand you didn't even use Rackspace, which we'll talk about in a second.
I
saw you were on Azure there.
Yeah, I'm using Azure. To be honest, the reason that I started using Azure is just because they're offering a prize, and I won the Azure prize for best Azure. But no, it was my first time on Azure, and yeah, it worked okay. I don't have any issues with it. But yeah, I just need to figure out something, a hosting solution to go to that if I get a lot of users, it could support that, and I haven't decided yet. So I think we will talk later, or somebody.
What other technologies are you using to munch the databases that are coming across?
It's actually just it's a MySQL database in the back of PHP. I'm doing it in PHP, and the only reason I am doing it in PHP is because I'm just most familiar with it. It's best to, when you're at a hackathon, to develop something you're most familiar with it.
Yeah. You don't want to be learning the new Apple language or something.
Exactly. But I do love trying out other languages, all sorts of them, you know. But yeah, so it's run on PHP, and in the front, it's a Bootstrap theme, and I did a lot of custom JavaScript, jQuery on the front end.
Very cool.
So.
Very cool.
It's
a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. I'm just having fun talking to you, really.
Oh, thanks. Well, you know, it's fun here at the Rackspace Studio. We just had Mark Cuban here. You were waiting.
Yes, I came right after Mark Cuban, so that's. It would be great. Yeah, it's great that I'm.
This will make you a billionaire.
Yeah,
and
maybe.
You get on the Shark Tank. Right?
We'll see. We'll see.
Do you have any advice for people going through a hackathon? How to get to the prize levels? Because you were competing with 150 people.
Right. So I'm
probably 5 or 10 got some sort of prize.
Yes.
Right?
So I definitely took home a lot of cash. I'll tell you what I did. This is my personal strategy. I go around and say, okay, it's like an optimization problem to me. What can I build that would potentially give me the most money? And I go around the different sponsors and I say, hey, who's developing for your app? And if they're like, well, nobody, then I'm like, oh, cool, I'm going to develop for your app if it's a lot of money that they're given. So that's pretty much what I did. It just so happened that Sabre, the backend that I was using to get the flight search, they're offering a large cash prize, and I love flight searches. I'm an aviation enthusiast, and I just love crunching the airplane numbers like that. So it worked out well, and I was able to build something great on their platform, and I was able to get their prize and get Microsoft's prize and get one of TechCrunch's prize to get tickets here and stuff.
Very
so
cool.
yeah, that's my strategy. Go out, be aggressive. If you're really in it for the prize, target very specific kind of platform sponsors.
Yeah. Did you build a team to work on this, or was
it was just myself.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say most people did have teams. I just did it myself, just because that's just how it happened. I was like, hey, this is a good idea. Let me start hacking on it. And I just hacked on it myself. The advantage to that is I get more of the prize money to myself. But no, all sorts of things differently. If I did something different, I might have chose a team. And there are other people looking for team members. But for me, I was just in a corner hacking away. And so I didn't really need a team member.
Very cool. Where do we check it out?
Yeah, foofare.com. Yeah, it was a name. By the way, the name. I had to submit it. It took me 5 minutes. So the very last 5 minutes, I had a chance to submit it. That's how I got the name. It was just something that came to me. But yeah.
Thanks so much for coming in. Talk to me about the hackathon here. And coming up shortly, we'll have another video. We're doing these interviews for today and tomorrow from TechCrunch Disrupt 2014. Thanks for joining us.